I don't know if you've heard this about artists. Whatever you draw is not good enough for them. Like how much ever you draw, it's like go to any artist. Like that's what I've heard at least, and it happens to a lot of me and my friends. I make a painting. I look at it. I'm like yuck, and people look at it like, oh my god, this is such a wonderful piece. I'm like really. It's just that we've been working on it for quite a long time, and we know all the strokes and everything. That it doesn't give us a realistic feeling anymore, right? So we need to take a break from it, and when we look back at it, it says okay, fine, it was a worthwhile piece, right? So if that is taken into consideration, any piece I do is like I mean, it's not even that great, that kind of a feeling I get. But you never know, like I've noticed that some post that I post, like I think this is like an extraordinary piece. I post it. People don't react to it much. It's like maybe it's extraordinary for you, not for everybody. And some posts you might think it's some random crap. Fine, just for sake of posting, I'll post it. But it might actually inspire somebody else somewhere else. You know, it has happened to a lot of my posts in photography and in this the character one. So then I realized, ki, why should I stop it? Like I'll just do it every day, and it's for my own sake, right? Doesn't matter what other think about it. So people will like it, will not like it, doesn't matter.
Hey guys, welcome to the Telugu Saga. Sai, how are you, man?
I've been good, man. ఏంది గ్యాప్ ఇచ్చినట్టున్నావు?
ఇవ్వలేదు, వచ్చింది.
వచ్చింది.
తెలుసు కదా. So what happened? For those of you who don't know, Sai and I are like best friends, and he, I went to go visit him, and so I was at his place for like 2 weeks. He showed me around his, area, his adda, సో అది ఎంజాయ్ చేశాను. అండ్ డెఫినెట్గా దానివల్ల కొంచెం గ్యాప్ వచ్చింది. బట్ we're back to the Telugu Saga. We're excited, for our special episode today. Uh, any thoughts, bro? Anything you want to share?
Thank you so much for coming across country for me. Long airplane ride, man. It wasn't easy. But I'll be back this weekend. We'll hit it up again.
మళ్ళా బ్రేక్ వద్దులే.
Sorry. మనకి ఏమైనా హార్ట్ ఫ్యాన్స్ ఉంటే I'm sorry. We'll try to keep up with all our guests and get back to it.
So I'm excited for today's episode. Would you like to introduce the topic and guest for today?
Sure, man. Thank you. Guys, today's topic is about time management. We all manage time differently, and especially with COVID, some of us have more time with no commute. If you're back home, your parents might be cooking food for you, and so on. So in today's podcast, we want to touch how spending time has changed from the beginning of this year, if any, and how your typical day looks like. So to talk about this topic, we have another wonderful guest with us here today. She's a creative artist. She basically invented her own character, which I'll have her explain. By day, she works as a former developer at a software company. She currently resides in Hyderabad. Welcome, Spandana.
Hi Sai, hi Vishal. Glad to be here.
Glad you're here today. So are you excited to be on a podcast?
Yeah. Of course. I'm very excited. So frankly, this is the first time I'm doing something like this. So yeah, pretty excited.
No problem. I think a lot of our guests, this was their first time too, so don't worry. And just to ask you a question here, like the starting question, time is something that exists, but you can't see it or feel.
Right.
What is something that comes to your mind when you think of time?
It's like I'm repeating a quote, but I really believe in it. So it's like they say time flies, right? I actually believe in that a lot, because the time you lose, you never get back again. So I feel that every moment of time you're supposed to do something for yourself, and that makes you feel happy, basically. Like whether it be productive or not, if you like it and you're feeling happy about it, that is time worth spent. So I really believe in that.
ఈ మైండ్ సెట్ రానికి like ఇది చిన్నప్పటి నుంచి వచ్చిందా లేకపోతే is it like something that you just came into college
Maybe
and you're
genes. I'm not sure because um, in my family, I've seen almost everyone who believes in this kind of a thing. So I think it's come from, like they're bringing me up. So uh, yeah, I can say pretty much because I've seen my mom, dad, like all of them, like they used to. Um, they are also multitaskers. Like they work on a lot of stuff, and every moment of time, it has been very productive. So I think after seeing them, I have inherited the same kind of qualities. So yeah.
I think now it's different for people who came to America and were so much used to leisure time and not as disciplinary as our older generation. You're saying that you're so particular about time. Have you always been like that? And what are your thoughts on, like, do you ever waste time? Is the question.
Depends on what is wasting time, right? So, like for some people, if you're like just literally binging TV shows or something, that's like wasting time. So, if that is true, yeah, I do waste a lot of time. So, um, no, I haven't always been like this, frankly. Like till almost my 10th grade, I guess. I think I used to take time very lightly, like I just used to do my stuff and just run around like an idiot. So that part, but otherwise, the main part where I started, getting this mindset like properly, when I can see a distinction, is after I've left Dubai. Like I used to stay in Dubai, by the way, till my schooling, and after that, I had come to India for my further like 12th and like my college and stuff. So once I came to India, that was when I stayed in a hostel because there was no other option. I had to stay in a hostel. So I did. And frankly, that has been like a very life changing experience for me. So over there, I had to manage everything on my own, right? Like before, my parents were there to, drive me, go do this, go do that. But over there, it's like everything on my own. So there, I had to learn how to time manage, right? And so I think it's coming from there for me, basically. So I've been like a hostelite for 6 years. So 2 years in 11th and 12th, and 4 years in college. So it that has actually helped me, evolve into a person who I am today. So yeah, and yes, wasting time I do. I'm not a robot.
well said, well said. అది కరెక్టేగా మనం like we're not sent to school for learning everything. It's hard to retain
Exactly.
everything. So మనం ఏం robots ఏం కాదు. And
Exactly. And
so
we need our breaks. So it
exactly,
is
exactly,
important to take a break.
exactly.
So, Samandana, do you schedule a routine, or you do what you're feeling in that particular time and mood, or do you just go with the flow?
Maybe partially, I have to say, because scheduling, as in I make a to-do list. So if you consider that as hardcore scheduling, I don't know, but that is something I follow, like a to-do list of items. Maybe not daily, but weekly or something like that. That much I do. After that, whatever I feel like doing, I will make sure I finish that in the week. That's it. So, um, and the same thing applies for my hobbies as well. Like obviously, office work have to stick to the timing, but other than that, anything else, I decide ki I want to, like you introduced the character that I've come up with. So something of that sort. Like I don't strictly say ki I have to draw this character today. That is not something I strictly follow. It's just that if because creativity just doesn't come like that, right? We need to, you don't know where it comes from. So I just give it my time, like a week bandwidth or so. So in that timing, something usually comes up. So I just make the sketch or something like that. So it's not hardcore scheduling. It's just a to-do list and what I feel like doing. So
What if that's a good mix? How is your to-do list helping you? For me personally, I write my to-do list on a paper, on like OneNote, on like Google Docs, or like Trello, and whatever I write, I literally just forget about it and go on with my day. Like all this distraction come forward, and then I look at my list a week down the line. And like, when did I write this? And like I get that feeling. So when you write your list, how often do you look back, or is like something that you're constantly reminded about?
see, the main thing about to-do list or any list that you make, like weekly to be done stuff, make sure you write it in a place where you often see. See, laptop is something that I will see daily. So what I do is I use the sticky notes app that is like there in almost every laptop with a different name, I guess. But yeah, so I actually frequently use the sticky notes app. So what happens is when I switch on the laptop, the first thing that flashes on my face is that particular sticky note with my to-do list, right? That is one thing, and I'm not sure if you can see over there. There's a whiteboard. Yeah. So I just bought that recently. So I just stick it up somewhere. Like I'm obviously in this room doing something or the other. So if I look at it, it keeps reminding me, like I have to do something. So the main thing about to-do list is, yes, I have faced the issue that you're talking about. Like I write it and I forget about it. So that happens usually when I do it on my phone, like in the notes app or something. So I decided that that's not going to work. So that is good for long-term stuff which I can see later on in my, I don't know. So what I did is I started using the sticky notes app, like I told, and this whiteboard has been pretty helpful actually. So that is one thing. And another great trick is this calendar. Like make a calendar of your own. Don't use the store bought calendar because you don't get the feel for it. So what I do is I take the whiteboard and then I write down all the numbers. Like forget the date and time and everything, but the days, like first, second, third of the month. Like suppose you have a goal to achieve in a particular 2 weeks time or something, so I just write down from 1 till 14, and then as the day passes I strike it out. So there's a real satisfaction to striking out a date or checking a button or something like that. So these kind of things have actually improved, me looking back, and that urge to strike out that date has been keeping me up to keep going there and keep seeing the to-do list. So that's something that has really worked for me. So try it out.
I love it. Looks like what helps you out is basically having to place your to-do list in a more familiar place, a place where you would look at daily, like your, let's say, like your bathroom mirror, or like whiteboard, or like in front of your door. And what actually helps you finish all those tasks? Like, what's your why?
I am not sure if everybody has this, but I have this urgency that whatever is there in the to-do list, everything has to be checked. Otherwise, I get this very unrest feeling. So, but one thing is that whatever you write down in the to-do list is something that you actually want to or have to do it. Because if you simply include all the things that you might have to do and just for time pass, if you write everything in that, seeing the list become bigger, you automatically don't feel like going back to it. The shorter and simpler it is, the happier you feel striking off things. So making a to-do list is also something it's an art, I must say. And I've been doing this since childhood, but as I kept doing it, I've evolved into how to make it in a shorter form, or it's different for different people. Like for me, like I said, if it's shorter and smaller things to do in a list, then I feel much more obliged to go and tick things off and actually do the task. Some people might be okay with big lists and you can continue with it. So you just have to see like what is something that's driving you on. So that much fun.
నాకు తెలిసి actual pani like doing the like actual task is not as fun as actually check marking it at towards the end kada.
Yes,
You a satisfaction a very level lo untadi like when finishing the task. Actually నేను ఈ మధ్య like task rasi and then I just check mark it when I finish it. But before I used to not write anything because I constantly think about it.
Yeah.
So
Okay,
yeah, I constantly think about it. So I won't go to sleep until I finish it. So so that's why I used to, even in school, when I had assignments and all that, I just made sure to like just remember it and on top of my head, and then just go with it until, and then that's when I'll get my peaceful sleep once I'm finished with everything, and I know it's not in my head anymore. But during like COVID time, kada, like we do things that we don't normally think we would do. Like
yes.
Sai and I never thought we would be doing a podcast during this time. ఎప్పుడు చూసినా అరే సినిమా తీద్దాం ఇది చేద్దాం అనే ఉంటుంది. బట్ ఇంకా idea ledu. And so we started a podcast. And so pre-COVID and post-COVID, has it changed the way you think about time?
Yes, a lot.
In what ways?
Okay. Okay, first I would like to start with you saying that things have been different, right? So I'm a person who used to go out every weekend. Okay, like I can't stay at home. I need to be on wheels continuously. So after COVID, I'm frankly telling you, it's been 7 months and I've gone out twice, and that too just to the office to return laptop and get laptop. So imagine how hard it has been. Like I have to sit at home literally. So initially it was very hard. I was like, okay, this is not going to work out. Like how long can I sit at home, like, and that time my job hasn't started yet. It has started only in July, like August, that time. So till then I was going crazy, had like literally nothing to do. So then I started thinking about it, like instead of complaining about, like, not able to go out, maybe I can utilize that time to do something else. Obviously the first 2 weeks have been crazy. I was just watching movies and rolling on the floor and stuff. I was going that crazy. But then later I was like, no, I can't simply waste of this time. Maybe something productive can come out of this, right? So one day I was just talking to my friend or something like that, and simply I just sketched out this random character, like something just came into my mind and just sketched it out. So then I showed it to my friend. She's like, oh, that's cute. I'm like, okay, really fine, I can maybe modify something into that sort. And then I did that. And then I was like, okay, this character is something maybe I can take up and become like my signature character kind of thing. Like, Walt Disney has Mickey Mouse. Okay, maybe not that level, but you get what I'm saying, right? So I thought maybe I can, start and develop a character of my own. So this okay, my character's name is Toro, so I'll just refer to it that way. So Toro basically, I did not expect that it will go up to the range that it is now. Like I've got around 65, 66 posts of him. Like first I've done, pencil sketch of it, and slowly it has developed into sketch. So this digital one also is something I learned during like the app that I use and everything. All these are some techniques I actually learned new. So that's one thing. And another hobby of mine is photography. So the funny thing is, many people were complaining, like on Instagram, that we are not able to go out, so we are not getting content. And that was funny because most of my content was from home. Like if you see, there is a lot of stuff at home that we, if you look at differently, is actually very picturesque, right? So then I was thinking, like, why are they complaining? Because then I thought, okay, maybe like, what do you call, they're not finding that kind of a mindset to find everything, beautiful, and I'm glad I have found that. So then I started going around the house. I was bothering my grandma to make dishes so that I can click pictures. But yeah, I mean, if you look at it, there are a lot of things at home that you haven't explored yet, or in my case haven't pictured yet. So then I realized that is two things. And third thing was spending time with family. Before it was just, like going out on weekends, or obviously the weekdays used to go in office and coming back, not nothing much after coming back, right? So then I mean, I have been here, but I've never been able to spend that quality time with my grandparents here. Like I stay with my grandparents. So that then after this COVID started, like I was forced to stay at home, right? So how long can I stay in front of a computer? Obviously, so I'll go and interact with them, the things that I've learned from them. That's also something really important. Like I am never a cooking person. Like I just take pictures and I eat, but I'm not a cooking person. So I stayed with my grandma, and she taught me a lot of things related to the kitchen, or any other, the stories. Like my grandpa is he's retired from the army, so the stories he tells me, they're like really motivating. So they kind of keep you move on when you're stuck in life, right? So these are some things that I've actually learned staying at home. In fact, some things that I've learned more while staying at home than going out and simply partying. So that's something I have to say.
I really want to put an emphasis on your story because you are a perfect example on how to utilize and be resourcefulness during COVID. Because జనరల్గా మనం ఏదైనా పిక్చర్ డ్రా చేస్తే బుక్లో ఏముంది డ్రాయింగ్ పక్కన పెడతాం, and then we draw a new character, and then we draw something else, a landscape, whatever. you stuck to just this one character, made so many posts out of it, and the posts are different. They show a different story, they show different dialogues, and you literally used fruits and vegetables and mirchi and like things around your house, made a photography out of it. And I even remember messaging you, this is high quality photography and like editing. I it tells me, like, it just reminds me on how to pay more attention to stuff around you, and
Yeah,
that's
it's
beautiful.
literally like looking at simple things around you. Like if you look at it, my work isn't pretty complex. It's something that anybody can come up with, but it's just that I stick to it and continue with it. So in fact, my character is frankly just a blob. But the character I give to it and the posts I create through it is what makes the difference. So
ఇప్పుడు మాకు ఆ కన్సిస్టెన్సీ probably
yeah, before I used to think that consistency is not important. It's just the work that you come up with. Like suppose the drawing, suppose you make it and you don't feel it's worth, so you wait for it and you make like a big, huge, extravagant drawing or something, and then you post it. Actually, that is more. I don't know if wasteful is a word, but yeah. So that's more wasteful than being consistent, because as you're consistent, you start learning new things and your technique becomes smoother. So somebody actually told me that be consistent. Why do you want to post only the good ones on Insta? Like show your progress through daily work. So I was like, fine, okay, why not? And that's the reason. That's one of the reasons I've taken up Inktober. I'm not sure if you're seeing it on my Instagram, but yeah, Inktober is this one contest, not exactly a contest. It's like a challenge kind of thing. That's put up by this guy called Jake Parker, right? So all the artists around the world, he releases a list of prompts like for 31 days of October. So we just follow the prompt each day and make a drawing out of it. So it's not just ink like it says; it can be anything. So I thought before I've seen like a lot of artists, stick to it, and then like half the month is over, and they'll be like, okay, I can't do it anymore. Like it's too much. So then I thought, okay, why is it so hard? Let me take it up and see what all this consistency is about, right? I thought it's not much a deal. They're just making a big deal out of it. So I started doing this. Then I was thinking, like, instead of making some random sketch of the prompts that they've given, why not I incorporate my character Toro into it and incorporate the prompt into it, like try something different, so that my profile also doesn't change from the Toro diaries it is. So then I kept to it, and it's going good till now, so I hope that continues. And consistency really pays off, because I can actually see, like, maybe you cannot see it in my posts yet, but I can see the difference in how my technique has improved and the number of skills I've gotten in editing or drawing or whatever it is. So consistency really helps, and that is something I think we really need to stick to. I know it's hard, but yes.
You said a lot there that I want to unravel. Firstly, it's much more easier for us to be consistent when an external force helps us with it. For example, you're Inktober, a person gives the prompts. I pay for my gym. I have to go freaking because I'm wasting my money. Uh, I really want to get to that point where we have your own internal fire, and then you just don't uh, don't give a f about like other like people making you do stuff, and like you want to do it because you want to do it. And I regularly post pictures and videos here and there. That's a great point. Like I actually try to. I usually don't post all the pictures that I want to. I make sure that if I edit it well, only I'll post it. Like if it, even if it's bad, I try not to do, because like I don't want my
Yeah, I
like
get
I don't
it.
want people to think like I'm a good photo taker or like photo editor, but it really doesn't matter. Like they're not
Yeah,
gonna um,
yeah. The
comment.
main thing is that we keep thinking my curve may go down, like you're saying. But if you think about it, the world is too big for somebody to care about you, right? Like the only person who cares about you is yourself. So who cares what the other person thinks, right? So just do what you like, and as long as you're frankly speaking, I don't know if you've heard this about artists. Whatever you draw is not good enough for them. Like how much ever you draw, it's like go to any artist. Like that's what I've heard at least, and happens to a lot of me and my friends. I make a painting. I look at it. I'm like yuck, and people look at it like, oh my god, this is such a wonderful piece. I'm like, really? It's just that we've been working on it for quite a long time, and we know all the strokes and everything. That it doesn't give us a realistic feeling anymore, right? So we need to take a break from it, and when we look back at it, it says, okay, fine, it was a worthwhile piece, right? So if that is taken into consideration, any piece I do is like, I mean, it's not even that great. That kind of a feeling I get. But you never know. Like I've noticed that some post that I post, like I think this is like an extraordinary piece. I post it. People don't react to it much. It's like maybe it's extraordinary for you, not for everybody. And some posts you might think it's some random crap. Fine, just for sake of posting, I'll post it. But it might actually inspire somebody else somewhere else. It has happened to a lot of my posts in photography and in this the character one. So then I realized, ki, why should I stop it? Like I'll just do it every day, and it's for my own sake, right? Doesn't matter what other think about it. So people will like it, will not like it, doesn't matter.
That's a great point you bring up, because even our Telugu Saga podcast here, you know, we get quite a few views, but we don't know who's actually remembering what the information we said. And our point is to inspire at least one person. So in your sense, so when you draw this, yeah, like people might be busy or they might not look through it well, I don't know, right? But if you're able to get the eyes of even just a few people, who knows, they might create something new. They might be inspired to do something. They might find their hobby, even their career right there. So that's a good mindset to have. And I really like how you said regarding when you post it, like why only post the best ones, or like the what you call the best ones. Keep it consistent, and I think definitely the consistency is where everything pulls everything together. So that's a great point that you brought up there. So a question regarding your art, actually, does your creative art help you out in your professional career?
Yes.
In in what ways?
Yeah. See, one thing about art is okay. I'll talk about painting because not just what do you call this, character art. Actually, I started off as a painter, so that's where my art comes from. So painting is something that you'll have to stick to it, and wait for a long time to get the strokes right, and the overall output right. So you automatically learn patience. It doesn't come at one time, right? Like it has to take up a long time to get the required results. So it requires a lot of patience, and frankly I'm telling patience in levels that I have been a group of painters who has done a painting for 1 month continuously. It's a 5 by 5 feet of painting, so it's like for 1 month you have to like literally get the small piece of art right. So patience has been something that has really helped me. And another thing is attention to detail, because it's a large picture, but if for the whole picture to come right, it all depends on how you get each part of the painting right. So you'll have to focus on each and every small part and get that right. I won't say I'm a perfectionist, like to the levels of being having an OCD, but yeah, perfectionist enough so that each part of it fits in correctly and is neat enough for the overall picture to come good, right? So attention to detail is something else that I've learned, and obviously creativity. Nowadays, creativity is something that for innovation mainly, creativity is something that's really important, right? So if you look at it in my work, of course, I've just started out new, but if I have to give an overall picture of how it is, it's like everybody thinks in one way, but I tend to think outside the box. Like if you see my photography as well, it's like Sai was mentioning, just the mortar and pestle, and it's something that Indian household will have, but nobody looks at it in a photographic point of view, right? So the perspective at which you look at, like think out of the box, and all these kind of okay, these might sound like typical management terms, but they actually do help, right? Like everybody's talking about one thing, and then you're like, why are we looking at it in this perspective? Why don't we think about it in the other way, right? That is one thing. And then when the whole code is there, in my case, suppose, and then I'm like, okay, this particular point is different. Why so? Like attention to detail again. So that's one thing. And innovation, I'm yet to explore in that field. So I'm pretty sure that will help also. And that's one thing. And yeah, one more hobby of mine is traveling. So okay, I've been to not many but 7 countries up till now. So the thing is, I'm not sure exactly how yet, but it does open up to different possibilities and different kind of mindset, this traveling. So that is again, that's something aids in your daily life or your work, if you have to say so. So it does help. Actually, people just think that hobbies is for time pass or something like that. Like if you have time, then you should pursue a hobby, but I don't think that's true. Like you should make time to do your hobby, because they both are actually interlinked. Work is something you are like, if you like it or you don't like it, you have to sit and do it, right? Hobby is something where you can let your mind go free, and that is really important, because if you don't do that, your mind will go crazy. You need to give it a break. So that's something, it has helped me. So
Oh my God, this was such a great question, and I think we pulled the right answers from Spandana because you pointed out two things: paying attention to detail and creativity. As a uh, developer myself, developer yourself, actually, my first yearly review, like they literally said, "Hey, pay attention to your freaking code." Because once you see the error code, like you miss those simple syntax errors,
yeah.
and even to code new applications, you got to be creative. You gotta make sure your tests go through well. You gotta make sure it follows the best practices and all that. Those are some nice points. Um, so coming back to topics, what is what does it mean? What does productive mean to you, and how do you stay productive throughout the day?
Yeah, like I've mentioned in starting, right? Productive is something that's different for different people. So for me, even if I'm watching, TV or binging, TV series and stuff, I still consider that productive. So basically, the whole day is just how I look at it, right? Like the whole day, I feel I'm productive, then you automatically feel happy about it. So according to me, productive is something when you're doing something, you're happy about it. As long as that is, you're clear out of all the things. Why clutter your brain? Just be happy with what you're doing at that moment. So my daily schedule is not very different from others. Like it's just normal. Like I'm not an early bird, not early riser. So I just wake up in the morning and just the morning chores, and then I get with my work and stuff. That happens till almost evening, and yeah, in between I get bored, so I binge watch and stuff. So that's normal. So then after that, obviously the work time is productive. I just continue with my work things, and evening, I just maybe work out for a while, and yeah, I could draw this Toro stuff, and I just go around the house, spend time with family, and then any other study time of mine, I just pursue that, and then binge watch. So if you see, it's like pretty much almost what everybody does. So it's like, it's just your mindset towards how you want to look at what productive is, right? So and some days, yes, I don't do anything, literally just binge watch and finish off seasons and seasons of this thing, TV series. And even that is productive because if you look at it, TV series are sometimes conversation starters. It still helps. It's not a waste of time. So it's like I found this myself, like I watch the TV series and stuff, okay. Then I find myself to be in a group of people where I literally don't have anything in common to start with, okay. Like maybe there might be a very receptive kind of crowd, like I say something and their answer is just, yeah, no, that kind of thing. So what else do I talk about? So then suddenly I come up with this TV series or something, and then it actually brings out, that person, and they start talking about their interest, like movies or TV series or something. So I still don't look at watching TV series as a waste of time. You never know what comes to use where. So yeah, so that way I will say everybody in some or the other way is always productive. It's just that they have to look at what productive is and just look at it in a good mindset. That's it. As long as you keep thinking you're wasting time, you will automatically think you're wasting time. Right? So
You know, when you said you are not a morning person, and of course we're all in different time zones. Nakela anpichindante maybe when you got up and you got ready, you're probably like maybe titkutunoemo. Like you
I do have
probably
one more friend, don't worry.
so that's what was going on in my head when you said that. I was like, oh man, like you said not a morning person, but
No, if I have to do something, it's fine. It's just that I don't prefer waking up in the morning. It's okay.
all right. So how do you avoid like distractions?
Who said I avoid it? I get distracted a lot. In fact, small tiny things, like if I'm doing some work and a tiny insect passes by me, I get distracted to look at that. I'm that distracted. So it's just that how much time I get distracted is what matters, right? So, like, I more than me, my friends would be actually, very much be saying about stuff like this. It's just that, in fact, I came to know through them. It's like any small thing that happens next to me or something, I get distracted and get into that. So I get there and then I have to remember to come back, right? Like to what I was doing. So again, the to-do list, like you're saying, I keep remembering it. Like I have to do something, right? So I just come back. Frankly, haven't analyzed it enough to give a solidified answer to it yet. But yeah, I do get distracted, and it is something that we cannot avoid, right? Because distraction is something that everybody faces. It's just that through time, like ask somebody to pull you back if anybody is with you. So slowly you get used to it, maybe. So it has never been a big hurdle in my way. I do get distracted still. It's just that I know how to come back. So
Phone onto the pakkana, you open a YouTube and then go through that whole
that
YouTube
phone is
hole.
still
I want to get back to your happy mindset. I dwell on watching Netflix shows, and some people actually watch Big Boss, and that's been helping them start having conversations. Um, I yeah, I love the way you answered it. If you think that you felt happy just by watching or felt entertained by watching those videos, are you not happy? It's just because you haven't put enough work to show others that you did something this weekend. Um, it this is one of those things that it doesn't matter as long as you're happy. Who are you to make others happy?
the main
So
stigma behind all this is like what kind of a report card should I show others for what I've done that day, right? So why others? Like give a report card to yourself, right? So that's something that keeps me going. So
no, I'm gonna have to rewatch this again and again.
I think the we were wrong. The topic is not time management. It's called, the topic is wise words with Spandana. Like that should be the topic, you know. So I had a question about your art actually. So yes, you developed one character and you already had this artistic background in you. Do you try to emphasize your personal life experiences in your art? Example, if you had like a good day, do you showcase like a more bright like characteristics, or like if you had a bad day, do you do that? Like is it something that you represent in your art?
um frankly, on a bad day I don't draw. So that's one thing. But because drawing is something that makes me happy automatically, right? But I wouldn't say moods, but character of myself, yeah, in some form, maybe not exactly me, but yeah, little portions of me, maybe yes. Like suppose Toro, he's like a very fun character who just likes exploring stuff, that is exactly who I am. uh, like he sees simple things and gets distracted, like I was talking about that. And like in fact, each and every drawing of Toro that I've made till now is a small portion of me, frankly. So yeah, I do try to represent, because that's how creativity is. Like you see others, and right now I see myself, right? Because in lockdown, who am I seeing? So it's like throughout this lockdown, I keep analyzing, not analyzing exactly, I just be with myself more, right? So I keep thinking, okay, yeah, if I were in this situation, I would have done this. So I just try to portray that in, Toro's character. Of course, consider, what is this? Thinking about Inktober, yeah, it has been a little hard because the prompt is already given, right? So I cannot exactly do justice to my part and then draw exactly, because even that has limitations, right? So whenever possible, yes, like I try to put my mindset, like some things I think about, or some portion of me into my art, because creativity first starts from you, right? So
Wow, 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 wow. So you try to put what you're thinking, from your videos or like interactions, your previous experiences and
yeah,
scenarios.
yeah.
That's great. It's awesome. Before we get to the last round, had a quick question. How does your work-life balance look like?
I'm pretty happy about it as of now, because like work-life balance, maybe I am a bit too early to say about it, because it's been only a few months since I started out in the corporate industry. So considering it's only the starting, there's not that much work as of now. But yeah, work is there. So what I do is, morning times is when I have to sit with work, right? So that time, yeah, I don't tend to get into all this drawing and all that stuff unless I have a long break. So that time I concentrate on my work. But once that is over, like once it's 6 p.m., I just close it. Like 6:30, I close it, because what's the point? How long will I sit with it? So I'll just be done with it and then have the rest of the day with me, right? Like I sleep around 11:30. So till then I have time. So that's when, I just go around the house, maybe click pictures, or, talk to people, catch up with friends. And then, yeah, I feel catching up with friends is also pretty important. So because relation is also pretty this thing, right? So that's something I do. And then, of course, as of now, the Inktober is going on, right? So I have to sketch something daily. So yeah. Oh, one more thing. About the sketching daily is something that came up to my mind. Like I think this was an answer to some other previous question, but yeah. So some people, I'm not sure, but it's like if you look at this Inktober thing, it's like you have to draw daily. So it's like you force your creativity into it. Like do this. This is the prompt. Just shut up and draw that kind of thing. If you put that kind of a constraint, then what is the difference between the work that you're doing and the break you've taken to pursue your hobby, right? Because in the work you have to do it, even if you like it or you don't like it, you have to do it, right? Why do you have to put the have condition in your hobby as well? Just let it flow, and that's when good things come up, right? Unless it is like you have to do it because of some other outside constraint. Otherwise, if you take it up like a personal hobby, then just let it go. So yeah, work life balance, yes. So that is where was I exactly? See, distraction.
Distraction kaadu, you said some really good words, and bro, Sai, before we go into the rapid fire, man, I just want to say that the way Swandana is like sitting, the way she's talking, రాత్రంతా ఇంటర్వ్యూ కోసం ప్రిపరేషన్ చేసినట్టు like
No, no, no. No.
She has notes on the screen like us.
she has her resume in front.
No, 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 no.
So like I said, Spandana, it looked like you prepared all night, and then you just woke up 2 hours before and you're like, all right, gotta ace this interview, and you're ready.
చూడు కళ్ళ ఎంత
I
ఎర్రగా
woke up
ఉన్నాయో.
half an hour before.
Huh?
So I woke up half an hour before, so the 2 hours doesn't count. And yes, I did not. How am I supposed to prepare? You didn't give me the questions prior. So.
ఇంటర్వ్యూలో క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇవ్వరమ్మా. So yeah, going through the rapid fire questions. These questions are going to be harder than any interview question you faced. All right, so get ready. So other than your art, how are you spending time during the last few months? Is there something that you started to do? Did you start like binge watching shows or watching movies? What have you done?
Yeah, TV series is something that I've like got on more. So I'm right now watching Two and a Half Men, in case you wanted to know. So that, and I finished Money Heist, and Netflix basically. I'm just binging TV shows and stuff. And
Okay.
that's one thing. And yeah, like I mentioned, spending time with family and yeah,
Telugu సినిమాలు చూస్తావా?
yeah, of course.
Who's your favorite?
Allu Arjun.
Like Allu Arjun? Let's
Yes.
go, let's go. I'm a diehard fan of Allu Arjun.
Oh, okay. I wouldn't say die-hard fan, but yeah, among the the lot, I would prefer Allu
Okay.
Arjun.
అంటే when I say diehard fan, షర్ట్లు చింపేసుకొని అలా కాదు.
Yeah. Don't worry.
Just I'll go to his movies first day. So
Yeah.
when it releases, yeah. So, and your favorite actress?
Actress. Telugu actress, right?
Telugu actress, yeah.
Uh, oh my god, I've never thought about actors. Uh, wait.
అందుకే చెప్పాను ఇంటర్వ్యూ క్వశ్చన్స్ కన్నా టఫ్ గా ఉంటాయని.
Yeah, I understand why. Okay, I don't remember her name, and this is sad. You remember the one who acted in Mahanati?
Oh, Kirti Suresh?
It's her.
Okay.
See what level of fan I'm talking about. I don't even remember her name.
పర్లేదు, ఈ వీడియో అయిపోయినాక తనకు పంపిస్తానులే.
Is there something you really wanted to do but have not done yet?
Yes, my whole of bucket list.
Yeah, like, can we read through all of them real quick?
You want to see?
Sure.
So,
Bible lagundi.
yeah, this is. I'm not sure if you can see.
Bucket list.
A book
Yeah.
just for bucket list? Dang.
Yes, it's a pretty long bucket list. So yeah, why not? So this is skydiving and bungee jumping. I'm not sure if you can see. So then, yeah, this. It's not very colorful because I thought of keeping it in a simplistic manner. So this and yeah, sky lanterns. You've seen the Tangled movie, right? Like the whole thing itself. Yeah, I'm not talking about that range of it, but yeah, there are a lot of sky lantern festivals and all that happen. So yeah, I know this is not a very rapid fire answer, but I'm just showing you, and the list goes on. So yeah,
ఇవన్నీ మీ దుబాయ్లో దొరుకుతాయా?
not everything. Some of them, yes. Yeah.
ఆ 9 countries లో మీరు వెళ్ళి యుఎస్ ఒకటి ఉందా?
No, I've not been to US.
Oh, come on. Is there someone who inspires you?
Someone who inspires me. I wouldn't say a particular person in general. Like, I seek inspiration from a lot of people. So, not just one person. Like on Instagram, there are a lot of people whose work I really like. So, I tend to, try out their kind of techniques or get inspiration from that. But in real life, on how to, manage all my work and, who gives me motivation and everything are my parents. So, that's one thing. And yeah, it's mostly like I look at a lot of people, take slight inspiration from each and everybody. So it's not like I have one person. So
మీరు మాకన్నా చిన్న వయసులో ఉన్నా కూడా ఎంత మంచిగా
not that much difference also. 1 or 2 years. Don't make me feel like I'm some small kid.
We hope to gladly invite you to US, and hopefully we can all, you, Meda, and us,
Yeah.
we'll have a nice get together.
Sure.
I had so much fun. I can't believe it's already 1 hour. Like,
yeah, actually, I did not realize it.
Like, this is. I love your whole mentality on how you approach time, even though we all have work, we all have the things that we want to do. From what I received from you is just do whatever you want, and think that what you're doing is for you, and it's not a time waste. And you I love the way you put it. You only have to show yourself the report card. Man, like, yeah, wish I'll take over. Okay. I don't have
Thanks for the
anything.
minutes of the meet.
Ante, you said some nice things where they're very short and simple, and like they make sense, right? And it's amazing to see that talking with people like you, we get an understanding of how people take life, how people perceive it, what you should be doing, right? Of course, people have different perspectives, but I'm hoping that at least one person will get their mind a little open, because sometimes you can be narrow-minded, and it's definitely something nice to get do a podcast with you, get your opinion, get your feel about how the world works, how what you do to pass time, manage time, and things that the small happinesses, right? Like that really matter the most. Especially you say you like doing art. So guys, if you have not, please do follow Spandana on Instagram. We'll put her Instagram tag in the video description. But hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we're hoping to come back with another episode soon. So all right, have fun, guys.
Bye.